You're born into a five-star nightmare. The lights are blinding. The room smells like antiseptic and disappointment. You take your first breath, and somewhere in the distance, a voice echoes,
It's raw! Is it undercooked?
"Congratulations. You're the child of Gordon Ramsay. Your life starts with a review. The doctor holds you up. You're crying, obviously. New world, loud noises, zero context. Gordon squints.
This baby was screaming like raw chicken in a microwave 5 minutes ago. Now look at him, absolutely well rested. And just like that, he's sleeping like a dream. What a delivery!
Part 1, the nugget incident. You spit out mashed carrots. Gordon leans in, eyes narrowed. Texture's off, isn't it? Finally, someone in this house with taste. You don't know what texture is. You just know fear. As a toddler, other kids learn colors. You learn doneness levels. Say it with me, he says, placing a tiny steak in front of you. Rare, Bati, medium rare, medium. You point randomly, wrong. That's medium well. Have you given up on your dreams already? You don't have dreams, you have survival instincts. Your toys, measuring spoons, your playtime, me someplace. Your time out corner, the walk-in freezer. You sit there in a tiny chair, wrapped in a blanket, contemplating your life choices at age 4. You don't even remember making any choices. School starts. Other kids bring sandwiches. You bring a deconstructed, pan-seared chicken with a citrus reduction and a handwritten note that reads, "Plating needs work." Dad, your teacher calls home. Not because you were struggling, because your lunch made the staff cry. At parent-teacher meetings, Gordon doesn't ask about your grades. He asks about your presentation. Why is the handwriting inconsistent? Where's the finesse? Where's the passion? You're in 2nd grade. Part 2, the family. Let's talk about your siblings. There are 5 of them. 5. Your father has 6 children because apparently running 33 Michelin-starred restaurants, 4 television shows, and the emotional lives of every chef in the Western Hemisphere was not keeping him busy enough. Megan is the oldest. She studied psychology at Oxford Brookes. Smart move. Growing up in this house, you either become a chef or you become someone who studies why chefs are the way they are. Megan chose survival. Then come the twins, Holly and Jack. Born on the same day in 1999, which means your father had to emotionally critique 2 people simultaneously from day 1. Holly became a model. Jack joined the Royal Marines. Think about that for a second. Jack Ramsay, raised in a house where his father screamed at professionals for a living, looked at the British military and thought, yes, this seems like a calmer environment. He was probably right. Then there is Tilly. Tilly is the one who actually learned to cook. She went on MasterChef Australia. She competed on Strictly Come Dancing. She wrote her own recipe book. She is the culinary heir to the Ramsay Empire, and she handles it with the grace of someone who has been preparing for this role since birth, which she has. She once said on television that she is not allowed in her father's Michelin-starred restaurants. She has been once, her own father's restaurants, once, like a regular member of the public who has to book 6 months in advance and pretend they don't know the owner. You respect her deeply for surviving this information with a smile on her face. Then Oscar arrived in 2019. Oscar James Ramsay. Your father announced his birth on Instagram with the caption, "After 3 BAFTAs and 1 Emmy, finally we have won an Oscar." He named his son and made an awards ceremony joke simultaneously in a birth announcement. This is the level of showmanship you are dealing with on a daily basis. And then Jesse, born in 2023, the youngest, the wild card, already scowling at breakfast at age 2 like a tiny Gordon Ramsay loading up for his first Michelin inspection. Your father posted a photo of baby Jesse frowning at his food and captioned it, "Somebody's not happy with his breakfast." The genetic transfer is complete. The cycle continues. Your mother is Tana. Tana Ramsay is the most underrated human being on this planet, and it is not close. She married Gordon in 1996. She has been married to Gordon Ramsay for nearly 30 years. Let that land. Nearly 30 years of someone critiquing the seasoning at breakfast. Nearly 30 years of dinner being an event requiring professional-level execution. Nearly 30 years of living with a man whose idea of a quiet evening is a 7-course tasting menu and a debrief on everyone's plating technique. She does this with grace, with warmth, with a smile that says, I have chosen this life and I would choose it again. And also, I deserve a monument in my honor. Your mother is not just a woman. Your mother is a logistical miracle. The Ramsay household splits time between London, Los Angeles, and Cornwall. This means you grow up with three different versions of normal. London normal, structured, serious, full of Michelin-starred restaurants your father owns, but you are apparently not allowed into. Los Angeles normal, sunshine and farmers markets, and your father doing triathlons at 5 in the morning, because 6 children in a global empire apparently leave energy to spare. And Cornwall normal, windswept and beautiful, in the one place where everyone exhales slightly. Your father once said the Ramsay household is like running a restaurant where no one goes home. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He is not wrong. The difference is, at a restaurant, eventually everyone leaves. At home, you are all still there, waiting to be reviewed. The review of your life. You are a teenager now. This is somehow worse because now you are old enough to understand exactly what is happening in your household and young enough to be completely powerless about it. You watch Hell's Kitchen with the rest of the world, and you feel things no television audience is supposed to feel. Empathy, recognition, a deep cellular understanding of exactly what those contestants are going through. When Gordon leans across the pass and whispers something devastating directly into their soul, you have been there. You were 8. It was about toast. The teenage years bring one unavoidable milestone in the Ramsay household. The moment your father decides you are old enough to cook for him. Not with him, not beside him, for him. You stand in the kitchen that costs more than most restaurants, surrounded by equipment that professional chefs would weep over, and you make something. Anything. You plate it up, you slide it across the counter. Gordon Ramsay picks up a fork. The room goes quiet in the way rooms only go quiet when something significant is about to happen. Your siblings have gathered in the doorway, not for support, for the show. They have their arms folded and their phones out in the particular expression of people who are very glad it is not them standing at that counter right now. He tastes it, he chews, he puts the fork down, he looks at you, and then he says, not bad, not bad. In Gordon Ramsay language, not bad is the equivalent of a standing ovation at the Royal Albert Hall. Not bad means you have passed. Not bad means somewhere beneath the 33 Michelin stars and the television empire and the man who once made a grown chef cry over improperly made risotto. Your father is proud of you. You will never forget that moment. You will also never make that dish again because you cannot handle the pressure of having to repeat it. Here is the thing about growing up as Gordon Ramsay's child that nobody outside this family fully understands. He is terrifying on television. Completely. Unambiguously. A force of nature wrapped in a chef's whites who has made the word donkey into a career-defining insult. The world sees the fury and the passion in the standards that bend for absolutely no one and nothing. At home, he braids your hair. He shows up to every single school event, every sports day, every parent's evening. He cries at graduations. He posts about your achievements on Instagram with the energy of a man who has just won another Michelin star, except the Michelin star is you and he is more proud of it than any restaurant he has ever opened. He walks Holly down the aisle in December 2025 and writes, I am truly so lucky being able to walk this beautiful bride down the aisle. A man who has spent 30 years telling people their food is an absolute disgrace stands in Bath Abbey in a suit and cries because his daughter is happy. The foghorn. The fury. The man who sent a 2-page handwritten note to a school canteen. Completely destroyed by love. Years pass, you grow up, you leave the chaos, you build your own life, your own kitchen, no shouting, no pressure, just you. One day, you cook a meal, not for anyone else, just for yourself. You take a bite, and for a second, you hear that voice again. Not good enough. You stop, look at the plate, and instead of panicking, you smile, because now you understand more you didn't back then. It was never really about the food. It was about the standard, the discipline, the refusal to settle. You fix the dish, taste it again, perfect. Not because someone said it was, but because you know it is. And that's when it hits you. Being born into that chaos didn't break you, it built you. Because sometimes the harshest environments don't destroy you. They teach you how to never accept less than your best.